Today we're gonna plant a few tomatoes out here. I'll show you what I do. You got a little residential garden, put a few tomatoes in the ground. I usually stretch me a string first, and I'll loosen up the ground just a little bit here. And remove some of the dirt. And make sure I got some loose dirt in the bottom. And we're going to put out some jet stars. Usually what I'll do, I'll usually plant them about half the distance up the stem here. Something about like that right there. And what I've got here, got a 6-inch just PVC drain pipe. I've got it split. That way if I want to put them on bigger tomatoes, I can still get them around it if I don't do it when I set them out. And I try to keep the slit running uphill, the cut part, mash them in the ground pretty good there. And the reason I do that, I usually feed my tomatoes maybe a week every 10 days, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that allows me to water them in there, and the water don't run down the hill. It stays around the roots of the plant. I'm gonna move the camera here. Oh, maybe you can see a little better. And what I got too, I've got stakes set every 4 feet apart. These are indeterminate tomatoes, and the reason I do that, set them so far apart, indeterminate tomatoes, they just keep growing and growing and growing. They'll get as tall as they can get. Determinate tomato will only get so big. And I usually stretch a string, that way keep them looking fairly decent. Kind of straight in line, I don't know why, but it makes them look better. I usually don't mess with the root wads. You go mess with those, you'll break the roots. I think it hurts the tomatoes. I usually just leave them like they are. Then what I'll do, I'll come back with some cages. I think these are 48 inches tall. I like to work them in the ground just a little bit. And I'll try to keep them level, make them look pretty good. And I just watered these tomatoes before I put them out, so I'm not going to water them right now in the hot sun. But usually what I'll do once a week, I'll usually mix some fish fertilizer. It's a liquid. Like I say, do it to the directions. And I usually put some Miracle-Gro with it. Like I say, I'll usually fill up the little PVC pipe to the top. Sometimes more as the plant gets bigger. Depends on how much they need to be watered. We'll watch them and see how they do.